the intro. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and agents across the world and Asia. This is the Valorant Royal Sea Cup Playoffs Ignition Series. Top 8 teams from 4 groups are going to be fighting off against each other. And all that intro is out of the way. I am Hound, he's Seeking Strike. We're excited to be back here because we've finally got ourselves a game number 3. It's going to be Team Thailand, MiTH, going up against Team Indonesia, Morph. And the third map is going to be Ascent.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we're going to have Morph again on the attacking side here. So again, I think this is really going to quite suit their playing style very nicely. I think maybe if they can look to be playing this one like attack all around, where they kind of just sit in the mid lane, dominate control, kind of rotate back and forth, poke and prod, look for weaknesses, and then strike. Because when they are looking good, they're looking real good. But on the defensive end, I'm kind of scared for them as well. I think maybe after that last match, MiTH, they kind of know what the weaknesses are here on the side of Morph, and they're going to be looking to exploit them. A weakness, though, for Morph, for MiTH, I would say, is, of course, the Bucky usage, whiffing a lot of shots there. I actually checked the tapes in the 6 minutes I had in between. I was eating a sandwich, just shoved the whole thing in my mouth, and then checked the tapes on the Bucky, and yeah, they missed, I think, 2 or 3 shots on the Bucky. So unfortunate there in that circumstance. That's really the ideal engagement range, but of course, that's just a joke, and I think on this map, we're going to see some real hard-fought rounds here. Down to map number 3. This is going to be the first one of the day. We've had 2 O's all across the board, so I think this one we've got a lot to look forward to here.
All right, so Morph is going to be on the attacker's side, whereas defense is going to be for the side of MiTH. And what do you think is going to be very interesting about these 2 teams here in Ascent? Are there any particular caveats towards towards Morph on attackers first, or do you feel that it's just going to be good for them to be on the attacking side?
It's good for them to be on the attacking side first, 100%. The problem with Ascent, right, is that, of course, you've got your doors to be closed, and I think you can open them if they're not destroyed, actually. Usually it never comes to that. Usually once they're closed, they just get shot open or the round ends. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you can open them. But the thing about that is that it does make it a little bit harder for you to actually sneak and retake a site, because you have got to shoot it like, I think, 12 or 13 times to get that door to bust open. And by then, the enemies are going to have a good number. They're going to have a good estimation, rather, on how many people are behind that door, how many people were shooting the door, what kind of guns were they expecting from that. This is all information that good enemies can take advantage of, adjust in the few little seconds that they can get, and then hopefully try and put you down. So I think Morph, when they're on the defensive ends, really need to dig in here and make a stand in these sites. Haven and Split, they played the exact same style, and I don't think that you can really, I don't think you can really get away with that in a game like this. 4 maps, they're all very quite unique to each other, and I think they do require slightly different play styles.
I think coming in from the side of Morph, they do need to consider coming out of their shell a little bit more. They need to be, not to say coming out of their shell, let me rephrase that, get out of their comfort zone a little bit more against MiTH. And MiTH, I think, historically, when we saw, maybe with the exception of game number 1, they were very aggressive at Split just now. They were able to push it out against members of Morph.
I mean, tell me, you're a trained fighter, right? Don't they tell you to lean into the punches, right?
Well, it depends. I think it...
right, on the attacking side, right? Because I feel like right now they're kind of just giving up room, and then they're just backed into the corner with nowhere to go here.
And that's the thing. I feel that members of Morph are starting to realize that yes, despite the fact that there are very good capabilities from Morph to basically get the counter punch in, right? Yeah. When Morph is up against the ropes, they tend to start flailing in, and that's when MiTH takes a few accurate shots, proverbial shots to the body, to the head, take them down slowly. I think there's a very strong, I think in the combat sports world, they say you work the body to make the hit, to make the hands drop, right? Yeah. So that's exactly what was happening for the side of MiTH towards Morph at Split. However, Ascent could be a different thing. They could have a breath of fresh air. This is the third map after all. So this is where all of it is determined. All chips, all bets are off. It's going to be anyone's game here as we start the round. It is going to be a standard pistol round between Morph and MiTH. It's going to be MiTH on the attacking side and Morph on the defense.
I like this. Morph back to that Cypher. They're not going to opt for the Brimstone. MiTH, however, will actually, in addition to the Cypher as well as the Sova, opt for a Reyna. So I believe we've got arguably 2 duelists on the side of each team, right, with that Jet and with the Reyna. On both sides, actually. Is this a mirror matchup? It is. It's a mirror matchup. Yeah, look at that.
It is. It is a mirror matchup through and through.
As we can see, just getting everything ready to go for our pistol rounds. Morph on the attacking side. So, like I said, I think they should be looking to play this a lot like they did on Haven. Take lots of rounds here early on, be looking to try and secure these rounds, and then from there, just take it nice and easy on the defense. Sure, you can, you know, sometimes try and back off, but always give yourself a way back in. It's more if they're going to strike first here in this match with the first kill on to the Reyna.
And very interesting enough here, coming in from the side of Morph, were able to open up with a very good kill onto Fidel, if I'm not mistaken, for the side. Fidel was able to get that shot onto MiTH, and that is definitely something that they need to be very wary of moving forward. Looking at how this is going to be turning out, Fat Penguin will be able to take down Boom Burapa, but it could be that this is going to be the case here because they were able to win out the early initial pistol rounds from the side of Morph. Oh, they got to be careful at E-Box here.
Yeah,
some good shots there.
Sight with a shorty. Actually, I'm not sure if he got a shot off or not. NewGen forced all the way back here, but Morph will now enter through the site. Mushroom finally able to draw first blood here for his team, but that door's been closed, and on the pistol round, it's not too easy to go on in. A nice crossfire setup here. The Omen will not be scouted, immediately punished for not fully checking his corner there, and it's down to the 1v4.
Very interesting, as we do see a Love family coming in from A Garden. May actually either try to push it out towards A tree into the door. However, there is going to be quite a number of crossfire here. Very good. There goes a 1 down for the count out to Freya, but no, it's not going to be enough, as Famous will be able to take him down. 1 round in favor of Morph, and Indonesia strikes hard in this first round.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm surprised that he baited him so hard with the tripwire there. Because you could see that was like an FPS player reaction. He's like, "You want it, boy? You want it, boy? Go get it!" And then he kind of just like shot it and immediately was able to refrag him there for some reason. But nice job there by the Reyna, who I believe holds their ground. You can see here, it's just why do you shoot the you know you shoot the tripwire? It's gonna be okay. Just don't go out there. But a nice little bit of sneaky play there. Is, you know, you throw a trap in front of a player and they're gonna shoot it no matter what.
All right, now looking at A side here, going to be a very interesting for MiTH, as they're going to be trying to get that initial pick onto Patipan and onto Famous, excuse me, as Patipan was able to sheriff him out of here. Sheriff says, "You're going to be sitting this one out." For members for the side of Morph, not a very good start for them. However, they have been able to make it work with less.
Yeah, and the good news is that weapon isn't exactly recoverable here either, right? You're not going to be able to walk up and take, I believe actually the Reyna might have saved here, just having the Ghost, but you're not going to be able to, you're not giving up a weapon, you're not giving up an SMG, so you still have a big advantage here, although Tifan is positioned nicely, does scout 1, knows there's at least 2, now 3, as they will be able to get a bit of a wall onto the Fat Penguin, trying to spray through the smoke, getting the headshot onto Cud, stealing that extra bit of life, and re-healing back up, as now the counter rotation, Tifan will get 3 before he's finally traded away, but Mushroom with the last kill as the entirety of MiTH, minus the Cypher, rotate on over to help collapse and take round 2. A very somewhat rare anti-eco win for the side that is on eco. And now we see MiTH here, very positioned here, their economy in a bit of an interesting spot now, and Morph will be forced to eco then in return.
All right, so I don't know about you, but looking at this, it's going to be turned around on its head here. Now it's going to be MiTH on the anti-eco, whereas Morph is going to be on the eco here.
Yeah.
And most of those weapons are from the side of MiTH all belong to Morph. So it seems that both these teams now taking turns against each other.
We'll see if it's going to be a really exciting match if we go back and forth here. As we do have a requested pause, could be due to ping issue here. Morph are going to request that one. Yeah, Famous there. there with the over 100 ping compared to the pretty nice and stable 24 of the rest of his teammates. We will be pausing here with 17 seconds left. So then it's going to be a nice save here as MiTH, they still get away with 4 surviving members at the end of that round, so they're able to recover the weapons. And like you say, that they're going to be making possibly a real dent here in the strategy of Morph. They do very well generally on the attacking side. Even on split, they might have won more rounds on attack than they ran on defense on split, which is really saying something. So we'll see here as we soon get good to go again. Both players saying we're good to go. What does the 5 mean?
5 is ha 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 in Thai.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Because I know the 7 is well played in, what is it? We've had a few teams from the,
I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, but 5 apparently, because how you say 5 in Thai is ha, right? I'm not entirely sure how I pronounce it right, but 5 is ha 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 ha, basically.
Very nice.
Now like you know.
There we go.
More Asian trivia for you. Yeah. Asian language trivia for you.
Asian language trivia, why not? You're watching the Royal Sea Cup for a reason, and that, of course, stands for Southeast Asia and not, you know, the Red Sea.
Yeah, of course. But anyway, all jokes aside about sea and the color of the sea, Partibird will be able to open it up onto Famous, and all Famous saw was red, definitely, when it all started out.
Yeah, immediately headshot it there as well as Fidel is going to miss crucial shots there. NewGen picking up 2 before he's traded away with the Frenzy. 77 HP remaining. Smoking off the catwalk. Looks to be appearing back towards there. Nice smoke spot though, getting caught by the tripwire and immediately sprayed it down. MiTH, they're doing excellent here on the defensive side here versus Morph.
And I do see here, coming in from the side of Morph here, a little bit of looking like the anti-eco round for the side of MiTH is definitely going to be working out for them. Going to capture the ultimate orb for the side of Fat Penguin. Not going to be that detrimental towards Morph in terms of their economy, but it is going to go over to Boom Parappa instead of giving out the economy. Instead of losing out so much in terms of credits, they will have to lose out this round fairly early on. It is going to be 2-1 in terms of round 4. MiTH heading into round number 4.
Yep. Indeed, but it will be now a full buy here out from the side of Morph. Minus actually 1, so it's kind of a force here for Freya, who is going to be instead with the Spectre and the heavy armor, but that's still viable here, especially because we're still holding on to 2 Spectres here on the side of MiTH themselves. So, like I said, the economy not in a very standard spot for either team, as we're going to now follow the arrow down onto a current spot. Look at that, setting up there for the double in case anyone was holding that spot. You can time them nicely with the bounces. So speaking of bounces, how about 1 single bounce there and a little bit of, actually no damage done, but they did hear 2 sets of footsteps there, so good and valuable intel there in exchange for only 1 of the shock bolts.
NewGen now holding on to commit. Cubby decides to fall back onto Tree. Gonna go try to take some of these shots into courtyard. Mushroom right now getting a lot of information. I think he saw more than 2, and I think that's going to at least signify towards MiTH that members of Morph are going to be pushing from a B main. Going to be very interesting to see how members of MiTH are going to curve this
They're
push.
just into the site, but look at this. MiTH are so positioned quite nicely. Morph, though, with a nice entry frag, could secure themselves back of sight, but mid-market here, still a bit of a point of contest, and the Lear coming out at a bad time. That allows Freya with the Spectre to spray down 1. Boom Parappa will respond in kind there onto Famous. There's 1 in the boathouse. Oh, the boathouse duel won by Boom Parappa, and it's a 3 versus 1. NewGen wrapping around there from the defender spawn and picking off the Freya with the operator. Good win for MiTH. Very, very good read on the map. You can see them actually just kind of collapsing and just strengthening the chokehold there onto Morph. They just really didn't have anywhere to go.
Now, looking at it, it has been 4 rounds in total thus far, with MiTH holding on to 3, whereas Morph only has 1. We head into round number 5. This could be an opportunity for the side of MiTH to push members of Morph up against the wall even more. Looking at another eco here coming in from the side of Morph, and this is going to exacerbate the lead between MiTH as well as Morph. It's going to definitely benefit MiTH, but it only will be detrimental towards MiTH if Morph is able to turn this around and win it.
Yeah, this is real interesting. Morph not deciding to really lurk with anyone. Instead, they're leaving one behind, placed defensively, just still watching. But we'll see if MiTH can take advantage of this. It's now very deep into sight, and T-Pan might be able to escape here. Now it is going to be in another firing position. Doesn't actually use the orb there, so it's immediately sprayed down, but it's going to be Cud with a 4K here. Wouldn't even see him. Cud, there he is, all the way in heaven. As, well, he sent plenty of enemy heroes there, didn't he?
Yeah, looking at this here, I think Patiban was able to use the Leer pretty well, but it was coming in from the side of Morph that was basically a point-blank frenzy to the face. This is where it was able to take down 2, Cut with a 2 as well for himself. I think that was very impressive coming in from the side of Morph to be able to turn things around. And look at that, Cut with 6,300 credits. They will be able to buy everything out. We do see an Odin, if I'm not mistaken, coming in from Rush Tomb.
The Odin, the double operator, and 2 rifles here. Very diverse sort of build here. As New-Gen, nearly actually got that blind shot there through the dark cloud. Cloud.
Looking at some of these blind sprays from Patiban, will not be able to get anything out of it. But we do see that Cut right now being very close. Got to be careful that you don't get spotted out. It's going to be Patiban that opens it out with the opening frag onto Cut. And we do see that coming in from the side of Morph. They are going to be 1 man down for the count. Some good shots there. Some shots coming across.
Some shots. I don't know about that. I don't know what he was shooting at,
exactly.
To be honest.
Yeah, so excuse me for misspeaking, but we do see favorites right now being able to take down the Love family, evening out the numbers here between themselves. It's still going to be MiTH around here, considering the time is of the essence. For the side of Morph, going to get the healing off by the side of Patiban. Gets another one. Will be able to get another one. 3 for Patiban. Decides to go for the overheal, but was caught in the reload animation. Goes for the Empress here for the side of Famous. May look for somebody, but unfortunately, no one is around.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm just kidding. New-Gen's around there, landing the shot now with the operator, backing up here on top of this little hut in B lobby. The little newsstand as the Omen rotating on through, recovering the spike, but actually getting headshot with the Odin from all the way down mid, and it's a 4-2 lead here for MiTH.
4-2 lead for MiTH, and I think this could be a bit of a problem starting to mount itself on the side of Morph as we head into round number 7. 4 rounds in favor of MiTH, 2 in favor of Morph. It's going to be 1-1 overall thus far across 3 games. This is anyone's game thus far, but I'm thinking MiTH right now, if they keep this up, this could be the end for the hopes of Morph to continue onwards.
Yeah, it's an interesting call out here from Morph. I'm not really sure who their IGL is, but they do actually make the call to buy here. Is once again on board with the shock arrows. We're going to see the second one land in a second. Just a single one actually here, but still not finding anyone, but not really the most reliable intel. As we do have the Love family holding a tight angle, will be smoked off by the enemy Omen.
Alright, so B main here being held by the Love family from the defender side spawn. I do think this is going to be pretty good. Push from a Morph into B.
Ult on ult. Look at this, actually. Look at the enemy rotations there as Omen. They're both going to actually scout each other out as now coming from spawn will be MiTH. Odin in the boathouse. Can he get another one? He's going to get one more before he's shot away by Cud. But that is going to be now control of the bomb site going over to Morph. Although I say that, Refund is able to pick up one more before trying to get through this door. Will be blocked off, trying to go there to the pistol, but nuked down before he even gets the chance. That's the second time in a row he's actually died because he forgot to reload.
Well, unfortunately, it seems that timing is not on his side here. Another win for the side of Morph, and we do see a little bit more competition being handed to members of MiTH here as the Indonesian team of Morph is showing their fierceness, showing their proverbial fangs here as we move forward into round number 8. It could be anyone's game. I've said it time and time again, but it's truer now because when you compare it to the previous round, it was only the first 2 rounds or 3 rounds, if I'm not mistaken, that Morph was able to win, so they were able to steal it out. We did see that coming in from the side of MiTH, they were able to get a 3-game win, but it is going back and forth slightly now.
Alright, where's the Hunter's Fury here? There it is. It's going to be out from Fidel, but New-Gen's already got 3 in the meantime, so that's going to be plenty of distraction. This round nearly over. He's going to miss one, but that's okay. Palathan is right there. What an aggressive round out from MiTH.
It was, and it seems that, like I said, MiTH is more concerned about protecting the head. Now Morph is going to be attacking the body. As we do see that the guard is being dropped from the side of Morph or to protect the body. That's when MiTH decides, okay, we're going to start attacking the head. And whenever Morph feels a little bit comfortable and feels like, okay, MiTH is not going to push out, that is when MiTH decides to push out and deliver the fight and brings the fight to Morph.
Yeah, really excellent stuff there. 3 kills there with the Blade Fury. Traded away, unfortunately, but they still recover the Operator and MiTH now. It's going to be a very, very good time to be the Morph. It's going to be scouted here. Cud, it's going to be the Jet. So, as you can see, that's already going to force the Cypher and the Omen to rotate on over. You can't really commit the Jet here. It's a bit too dangerous, although footsteps now being heard through mid-market, but a very good screen. Look at how aggressive the new Jet's going to be. As he's going to find the wall bang there onto Freya. Famous, though, has now threatened the mid lane, but the Love family able to strike back, and that's now going to give them the information they need. Fidel, wow, is going to be scouted here on one side of the smoke, but double smokes here into the mid lane as NewGen looking for the pick. Misses once, misses twice, misses now, only twice actually there, as he will get the kill onto Fidel. Wow, but Cud, the last player standing, looking for the kill onto him, as they have scouted him heading towards A with the spike.
Third time seems to be the charm for the side of NewGen, as the spike is going to go down into E-Box here. Very good stuff being shown from the side of Morph. Cut with 2, with 3. Will it be lucky number 4? Third time is the charm, but fourth time could be better. But no, it's not going to be enough, as Love family will be able to take him down.
That was unlucky. That was an insane shot on the enemy Jet there. Just, yeah, where's the gun? Where's the gun even? Or are they a little on? Well, give me a second. It's actually below. I believe it's... Oh! No way, he actually found it. That's incredible.
That's some sharp eyes there coming in from the side of a Love family. Even we couldn't see it there.
Had no idea the gun could even get back there, but the physics having a very fun time and tossing the operative back. But yeah, what an insane shot there. Nearly Cud trying to put the team on his back there in this specific round as we take a look at the replay here for NewGen. This is going to be the pick through, not really a wall bang, but a kill through the wall with the Operator. And smoke, for that matter.
It was a slow one. Boom! Look at that. NewGen on to Freya. Beautifully done. NewGen definitely going to be picking it up. I do like the fact that it's going to be a double operator pickup. They may actually hold on towards mid-Kabi as well as try to curb the push that might come towards mid-core. Yeah, but no, it's not going to be. It's not going to be the case, as A might be the spot. They are going to be at A main right now, and Boom Barappa is going to basically set up a blender here.
Yeah, I mean it is the Ecor, and we do have the knives. Those Paranoia. Cud looking for a kill. It's going to find 1. Can now get up to Heaven here with the updraft, as the enemy Jet actually is going to be able to dash away. 3 now on Heaven. 1 approaching from mid-garden. The spike actually still not planted. Is now Mushroom going to get that intel. Cud looking to smoke him off, as we have now recovered a rifle here in the hands of MiTH. Morph make that, but can they now actually hold on to the site? Lorena looking to be dueling down Catwalk. That should be an easy win as we turn the corner there. Yep, indeed, Reyna winning that one, so that's going to make the take a little bit easier. She's now having really good control over the garden area, spraying through the smoke. 1 on the garden. NewGen's able to pick off Cud now. Really tight angles being held here. It's not fun. Able to pick off 1. Mushroom as well. They're going to use the Cypher ulti, surprisingly, and they will be able to find the man in back of sight. That's going to grab MiTH the round.
Delivering 3 kills for his team. Very nicely done for MiTH as we close out round number 10 in their favor, with 7 rounds in the books for MiTH and 3 in the books for Morph. And I do believe that MiTH right now is slowly picking up it's not only slowly picking up the pace, but controlling the pace and basically not allowing members of Morph to play the game that they want to.
I think, not to be understated there, was Patifan's effect there. I did call it out on Observer not catching it, but he actually ended up swinging over to Catwalk to make sure he could catch the Lurker. That gave complete confidence there to MiTH to then push at the same time there through the door as well as through Heaven to be able to take the round. Very, very well done there, because that's not the easiest retake with a double operator setup here. But Morph, they're going to try again for A. They're going to get some decent damage on the Omen. Unwilling to peek. Very smartly done as NewGen here, holding the angle. There's going to be the Leer placed down for a second, and he actually holds holds tight as they do have the smoke to cover him.
New Gen now still holding on towards this tight angle. I do believe that Cut may consider putting in a smoke as well as dashing into it. We've seen him do it time and time again.
Oh, wow.
But it's got to be very careful here. It's going to be a 5v5 here.
That's insane. Now 5v4. Your caster's cursing that one, and they're expecting the rotations. Morph, they're holding fast though. They want to try maybe recover that operator with the smoke. Not ideal. As the Reyna swinging around to find 4 enemies there, and now it's the go-ahead for Morph. All forces all in, but New Gen able to pick off one. Booparappa as well. Mushroom. It's going to be only a 2 for trade now as the Love family up from heaven, finding the op shot onto the enemy Reyna. That's going to be the 8th round now for MiTH. This is looking real good for them. Morph, I don't know. I really thought this was going to be their map, but it's almost a repeat here of Split.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a repeat of Split here. Seems that Morph has dropped the ball slightly. We're going to be seeing a force buy here from the side of Morph. Everything is relatively the same in terms of Phantoms and Vandals, but a Spectre for Fat Penguin. Not the most ideal weapon considering this is the last round before the swap, but hey, you got to work with whatever you have. MiTH right now definitely going to be full in terms of that. I don't know whether or not it is going to be a double operator or one operator setup here, but we do see an Odin here.
He's tagged one. So he knows that he's at least hit something as, wow, New Gen snapping to the head there of Cut. Has the knives out. His Famous looking very aggressively once, twice, but the Famous is going to be able to turn before getting absolutely mowed down by the Odin.
Odin go brrr, bro.
Odin over Empress. Even with that one eye, they're able to take the duel there, as now we see the Owl drones beginning to 1v1. But look at this. The rotations from MiTH, they're going to be coming from behind. They're about to get absolutely pincered here. The Lear at least able to be shot down, but they're going to be forced to reposition. Nicely done here with the Hunters. Fury already in the hut will be Fat Penguin. They have no idea where he is. He's able to get the peek onto one, but now there's the intel. They need to play this wisely here. 3v1 scenario, 2 in sight. MiTH, it is the last round for them. No reason to try and go for a risky play. They know that actually they don't have the spike here. So with a nice teleport out, Fat Penguin just making sure he clears enough space before he starts running, and will make his way towards A.
Well, he's gonna start running to over A from Garden as well, heading over to Tree. Doubt that's going to be punished anyway because he will be able to get there quickly. But Patipa just short. Yeah. Just as the door from 3 is going to go down, this is going to signify to his Fat Penguin that he is going to know that there are going to be people pushing on to him from there. But we do see the multiple angles.
He's pushing up through Garden, and he's going to have a bad time. They couldn't even have the double peek on him there. But the good effort there from Fat Penguin. The spike plant really not contributing too much. But hey, he at least forces the issue and makes MiTH work for it. But in the end, it still will be 9-3 here in the first half. A dominant defensive performance here from MiTH.
Well, it is going to be the case here as we're going to be switching sides. It's going to be MiTH on the attack now with Morph on the defense. Hopefully Morph will be able to get a little bit of hope back into it. We did see that they are pretty adept at pulling out some of these scrappy pistol fights, and they were able to get some thrifties, which I think is really weird coming in from the side of Morph, mainly because that they're just able to work with such limited resources and somehow another pull through. But when it comes to full buys as well as going up against, I mean, when both of them are even in terms of full buys, right, it doesn't seem to work for the side of Morph for some reason.
Yep, no, absolutely. And they have not had a very strong first half. This time, what I really do enjoy is it's a mirror matchup, so it's can't really just blame the map now or the agent's choice, can we?
Yeah, we can, and that's the thing. I feel that this is just more about strategy and tactics more than anything else, as we do see it's going to be a full-on B rush from the side of MiTH. They're going to be hanging out 5-man stack onto B main. Could be very dangerous indeed. All the utilities have been dropped down. Maybe a few more seconds before the utility is going to close up.
Yeah, they're just in the site as well. Booparappa going to get the first pick off here. His Famous will find the man in the huts, but the door will be closed now in the face of the Reyna. She's going to be forced to break that one down, but the rotation's now on the left side of Rem. Freya not really sure where he's getting shot from. He can't manage to fight 2 people at once. It's going to be the 2v1 advantage. Into the dark cover he goes. He does have the frenzy, so can't spray out of it, but doesn't really have the accuracy. Boom Barappa with a 4K in the pistol round here to put his team 3 within taking the match.
Well, Caster's curse is definitely real here. It seems that Morph was not able to cinch out and make it into a gritty turn for themselves into their fortunes, and the pistol rounds is definitely going to be conceded towards MiTH. MiTH right now will definitely pick up some anti-eco towards Morph, and this is going to be hard for members of Morph to actually bring a semblance of offense towards them. We do see that that could be there could be something revealing here in terms of MiTH going towards a main.
Yeah, it's almost a full save as well here out from MiTH. Make that Morph. Oh yeah, I was about to say for F, and they don't want to peek that. They actually went for the Spectre here, so better at a range. As in they go straight towards a site, closing the door. Will they peek? The Jet chooses to save her life here. Probably going to be waiting for the rest of the team before she begins to break down the door, but 5 people now already inside. Boom Barappa already popping off. He's got 2, now 3 kills already. He mows down everyone coming from heaven. 5 HP, but it's not gonna matter. The Jet, the lone survivor, but will be traded down by the enemy Jets, and it's 11-3 just that quickly.
Just that quickly here in their favor. MiTH right now 2 more rounds away from winning this round, and Morph is going to be in a very, very bad predicament. We do see that all of this that is working out for the side of MiTH is mainly because of their pacing, as well as their abilities to spend a crazy amount of utilities to commit into a push, and that is something that they need to be very, very considerate about, especially during these moments where just as all is about to break loose, right? For the side of MiTH, they immediately coordinate a very, very well thought out push, and Morph definitely is more reactive than proactive, more than anything else when it comes to that defensive side.
Definitely. Yeah, and MiTH, here they go. They're going to be taking it slow. They look towards A. They decide they don't like what they see. Instead, we'll now head back over towards B. We do have a very aggressive rotation out from this enemy. Reyna, though, lurking towards mid-link, and she will be able to at least trade one off before being picked by the enemy Sheriff. So that's going to be now a pistol here in the hands of the Sage, and getting walls will be cut, forced out of cover there, and sprayed down by, again, New Gen. That's 2 rounds in a row that they've gotten the kill. Last time it was the round deciding kill, but here, well, it could as well be the round deciding kill, as MiTH now moving with confidence.
Alright, we do see Fat Penguin now will be able to get taken out from New Gen. Nicely done, as 2 members survive for the side of Morph. MiTH right now has all the advantages and all the freedom to reign over A side.
This is real scary here, because yes, you will have that 3 loss bonus heading into the next round, but Morph, are they going to decide, yes, it's worth it? Are they going to look to play for the tie? Oh no, he doesn't have the god weapon out there. The Ares, it's going to be the one to pick off Freya in the Cypher versus Cypher matchup. It's all up to Fidel, a little bit of hide and seek, as he is going to be B-hopping. He does hear some footsteps. The Love family now pulling out the Vandal, taking a swing. Crosshair, not exactly an ideal placement for both players there, but they're going to be able to escape and eventually close in on this enemy Sova. It's going to be Patifa getting the kill, and that crucial 12th round. 1 away from taking the match and the reverse sweep.
Well, it seems that the cries of Indo Pride is definitely still going to be there, but doesn't look too good for the side of Morph. Despite their valiant efforts, despite their bravery, despite their efforts, it seems that MiTH is just too many steps ahead, despite the fact they did concede that first game over towards Morph. And I do think that it's not to say that Morph is not as... It's just not that they're not on the level of MiTH. It's just that I think there's a little bit of rigidity in some of their strategies, I feel, and I think that MiTH is benefiting from that rigidity.
Yeah, and this is great. They're showing some really strong performance. They were heading undefeated under this current roster into the tournament. They lost a few matches in the group stage, but now they are set to take the games from Morph. Again, this is the open qualifier teams, and they've opened up the round with a kill. There's Reyna on Reyna action, the 5v4 is set up, and they are looking to close this one out. Spike ticking away here as Morph attempting to retake now, going through the smoke. Boom Barappa picks up 1, Mushroom gets the other now, as it's a 2v5, now back down to 1. It's not going to be the flawless, but it will be the 3K, and it is going to be MiTH moving on. The reverse sweep hound, they get the job done. Incredibly impressive performance out from the team.
Yes, and I do agree that with you that it was a definitely impressive game that was being shown. Very, very steady game of Valorant there between these two teams. And oh, it seems that oh, okay, there we are.
Yep, there we are.
All right, so let's take a look at these scores here. What do you think about New Gen as a participant opening this up with some crazy first bloods here, 4-4?
Yeah, I think what really was showing there here is we've actually moved over to the lobby screen instead for our next match. What really stood out to me there was, of course, I think both Reynas, right? Both Jets, as you tend to see, are going to be closer to your top fraggers. But both Reynas there, the difference being that it was going to be MiTH able to just get the favorable trades, the better rotations, and better lurks here. And this time, I can't chalk it up to, oh, it's the map, or oh, this map suits their playstyle. No, because it's the same exact agent composition for both sides. I think MiTH just showing that they're the better team here today.
And I agree. MiTH, I think they were able to get some of the pacing, the pacing quirks away from. Excuse me, they were able to take advantage of the pacing quirks that members of Morph had.
They figured them out, right?
Yeah, they did.
You know, he always drops his left when he goes for a right.
Yes, exactly. So when that opportunity presents itself for the side of MiTH, I mean, you're not going to be throwing the same tactic over and over again from MiTH. And Morph, I think, yes, they did try to change some of their approaches, but it was a little too late. And I feel that Morph, what they need to do after this tournament is just maybe scrim a little bit more, or maybe like try to put themselves into a situation, into, how to say, theory crafting a little bit more in terms of how they want to be approaching some of these fights, how they want to be approaching some of these, what's the word for it? Retakes as well, because I think that's some of the biggest weaknesses here. I do believe that they do have quite a bit of coordination behind them. It could be better, right? It's not entirely worse. It's not the worst, right?
Yeah.
But it could be a lot better.
And unfortunately, they don't really have time to take a look. They don't have too much time, right? Because they're going to be playing a best-of-1 elimination match here later today versus Bren Esports. So that'll be coming up after our next series, which is a best-of-3 still in the upper bracket. BBI versus Boom Esports. That one will be exciting. But I do want to touch up on what you said, because it does kind of feel like, yes, maybe they were a little bit slow to react here on the side of MiTH, right? But once they found the pattern, they looked really, really strong, didn't they? Especially on Split, especially here on Ascent as well.
And that's the thing. I feel that for Morph, they need to be considerate about the fact that, yeah, you can't put all your eggs into one map. That's one thing. And yes, despite the fact that they were able to basically, because of the 3 sites that were available, they were able to play maybe a little bit of mind games and kind of make MiTH a little bit impatient.
Yeah. And well, not only that, actually, I would argue that MiTH were a little bit too patient on map number 1.
Maybe
they didn't actually really want to commit to the counter rotates, and I think that has to do, yes, with the fact that there are 3 bomb sites, so they want to make sure, oh, you know, we don't want to rotate towards C and then have the retake at A be hard if we get juked out, right? Which tends to be the case, but I think later, especially on Split, and really showed their stuff here on Ascent, they were going hunting here, weren't they?
Yeah, and I feel like it was hunting season, and what was the game that was being hunted was definitely members of Morph here from MiTH. There were some really interesting moments at B main as well, and A main as well, where we did see members of MiTH actually try to push it out, and it had varying degrees of success. There were a couple of times that it worked out for them, but whenever they set up this blender, this proverbial meat blender for the side of Morph, MiTH just walked headfirst into it.
All right. Well, with that, that's going to be it for us, right? We're going to go ahead first to our host, who's
Evo
Plus.
Evo Plus. Oh, not Evo Minus, right?
Evo
that guy,
Minus,
right?
Evo, well, who knows, right?
Who knows, right? We'll find out.
He is the Hound. I'm Seek and Strike. We're going to throw it over our panel here in just after a short break. We'll see you then.